Next, after understanding the string manipulation related few functions, the functions that we have discussed are how we can get the character position, how we can get the uh, index, how we can get the character code, all these options we discussed. Now, other options are simple here. So we have options like uh, how to verify with regular expressions also I told you. So how do we define regular expressions, right? And another option is in the string functions, we have like index of, so we have like last index of, so we have like trim, so we have like substring, we have like sub str and sub str. Sub str is no longer available, so it is obsolete now. So that means no longer in use. Substring is preferred. We have like slice, we have like split. So, and we have options like starts with. So we have option like ends with. These are the options. So like search. These are regularly used string related functions. And what are these options? We have index of, last index of. Generally, index of gets the index number of any particular character. Suppose I will show you here HTML. Okay, here I am defining a script, and here where, so I said email is equal to some John at the net, gmail.com. So here I am defining, so at position is equal to email dot index of at the net. So index of at the net, it is used to get the index number of that particular character. So if that character is not present, it will return -1. It will return -1. So if you are writing if at position if at position, so at position is equal to -1. If at position is -1, then we will just print a message document dot write email requires at the net, that symbol I defined. Else I should say that document dot write, so your email verified, so your email, so and whatever email is there, it will print that email, your email verified, that message should come. So that means this is the basic option. Actually, we can get that value from the text box, we can verify that. That means generally what we do, suppose we have the body section, and here we have a field set, and here we have legend, and you said your email, and input type is equal to text. Okay, and here I need to verify whether they entered a proper email or not. So when the button is clicked, that means submit on click is equal to verify email. On submit click, it will verify email. On verify email, we will write this functionality. That means function So verify email. On verify email, we are writing that functionality. And this value will come from that email text box. That means this is having an ID as a txt email, and it will get from there. So document dot get element by ID and txt email. It will get from the txt email dot value. So that means from the text box it will get that, and it is verifying whether that it is having an at the net or not. If it is not in an at the net, it will display that message. So that is a simple validation. Actually, it verifies whether this character is present or not, and it will return the index number of character. So it is returning the index number of character. If index number is 0 or more than 0, that means it is available, because index starts with 0. If it is returning -1, that means so it is not having that character. That character is not available. And you can see now, I will run this and see here. So I configured that, and we are typing some email. So we are configuring, we are typing that email here. So we are defining the email. Some email is defined here. Some John, okay, and gmail.com, and at the net is not there, and I click on submit. Then it says requires at the net, because it can verify at the net is there or not. So I entered John, so at the net gmail.com, something like this, and I say submit, and it says it's verified. You can even verify, is it starting with, or is it ending with? Suppose you want Gmail only to be verified. Suppose you can write here a placeholder. So your Gmail account, Gmail account, that is defined that. In the placeholder, we are asking to enter your Gmail account. So your Gmail account, we are asking to enter the Gmail account. So suppose user enters like John at yahoo.com, it should say it's not allowed, please enter only Gmail account. So you can even verify, is it ending with yahoo.com, gmail.com? We can even verify. That means first we are verifying, is there an at the net or not? If not, it is displaying this message. So if it is there, so I'm again verifying. Else, another condition we are writing here. In the else, we are writing here. If at the net is there, okay, we are writing here. So we are writing an option here. If email dot ends with, so ends with, we have defined an option email dot ends with. So that means is that ending with any specific string or not, a character, or you can define with a string. That means you can simply write the condition ends with. What ends with? ends with, so gmail.com. It is ending with gmail.com. So, and if it is ending with gmail.com, then you will say that, so here we are writing that your Gmail verified. Else we will display some message document.write here. Please enter only valid Gmail account. Gmail account. So that is the option here. So that means you can log in with only Gmail account like that. We can even verify, is it ending with that particular or not. So when we run this here, so here this time I entered John and John and not at entering any at the net and all. Then it says requires at the net. Okay, I entered John and at the net some yahoo.com, and it says that so please enter only valid Gmail account. You cannot enter any another account. So here I entered like john at gmail.com. So then it verifies it successful. So even you can verify, is it starting with or is it ending with any specific character or specific string. Well, you can verify one character, you can verify a word, even you can verify a sentence. So multiple characters also we can verify. Similarly, you can even check, is it starts with any specific character you are expecting, is it starts with specific character. Same like if you know ends with, starts with also. It will return Boolean true or false. So that means, is that string starting with that specific character or not? Is the string ending with that specific character or not? So that is important. We can verify that. We can verify that. That is start with and end with and index of. How we can handle index of. Now another option is, another important option is, so we have to use regularly the options like last index of trim. Index of, last index of, similar actually. Last index of is nothing but last occurrence of character will be written. Generally index of will return the first occurrence of the character. It will return the last occurrence of character. That means, let's keep it simple here. So we have a script and a function, and here we are just calling that, and here we are using, so where str is equal to, so here welcome to JavaScript. Now I want to get the index number of e, then document.write. I said str dot index of e. That means it will return the position of e, that is welcome. So it is at one position, you can see it is at one position. It will display 1, but it is repeated again e second also, but it returns only first occurrence. If you want last occurrence, then last index of, that means the last occurrence of e. So it will get the last occurrence of e. So first occurrence, last occurrence. We can search for last occurrence, first occurrence. If you want to get every occurrence, then you have to write a loop and condition, and you can use some other functions like search and all. We can do that. In arrays, you will see such options, how we can manage them. So this is generally how we can use the index of and last index of function. And what is trim? and why we need this trim, substring, string, and all these options, why we need them. Actually, trim is very important, especially because sometimes when you are dealing with the strings, regularly one issue comes. So I will show you. Suppose we are verifying the passwords or something like that. So in head section, we will put a script. In the body section, so we are designing here a simple field sets, okay, and legend some option as verify password, and we have a input type is equal to password. So password, we are defining the password, and ID as txt pwd password. Now when they are typing the password and submit, so submit, I need to verify password. So on click is equal to verify, some verify function. Okay, here we are writing the function verify and get that password. So var txt pwd document get element by id txt pwd password dot value. And here, suppose we are verifying the password. So with some certain password. Currently, we will just directly hard code the value. That means if txt password dot txt password is equal to some admin 12, then verified document dot write. So verified, and else it says invalid password. So document dot write invalid password. Okay. Here the problem is generally, especially admin 12. And one of the main issue that you'll face is, suppose I'm typing the password and I'm typing some password like here. Suppose I said some admin 12, and you can see that it is admin 12 only, but accidentally some space is entered here. Some space is entered accidentally. Before that, one space may be there, after that, or one space is entered, and I click on submit. It will check that space also, and it says invalid password. But we will think that we entered correct only, right? Actually, admin 12. So admin 12, it looks same, but it is saying invalid password. Why? Because accidentally some space is coming there. So space means not the space in between. The space is leading. Leading space means after the word, before the word. Between the words, spaces means we use split. By using split, we can access them and we can remove them. There is a function called split actually. Initially here, these are leading spaces, means before and after. Due to that, this problem regularly comes. That's the reason what we do is, whenever we read that value and trying to compare, we will use the function trim. This trim function will delete the additional spaces that they have written and compares. Now you can see here, I'm entering here admin 12, and here again still space is there. One space is there. And now I click on submit, then it says verified. This time it removes that space and compares. That means there can be any space. That means I said, so some spaces, admin 12. And you see the password, it has some spaces between. But when I click on, because it cleans up those spaces and verifies. That is very regularly required, because in text boxes, when you are typing some name or password or user IDs, sometimes, especially while entering emails and all these, extra spaces will come. Sometimes you copy and paste them, so like OTPs and others. Then some additional spaces will come. Then those spaces also will be checked. That's the reason even you copy and pasted some password or something, it says invalid because some extra spaces is coming. So you should trim them. We have to clean them. So we can do that by using trim. If you want to remove the spaces in between anywhere and you want to access the words that are typed, then generally we use split function for that. By using split function, you can separate by spaces actually. That means string, okay, dot HTML. So here, suppose we have a just a script here, so, and function. And here we are having some sentence like where, so welcome is where MSG is equal to, so welcome to some JavaScript like this. And now you can have this, or suppose spaces, they are separated with spaces. Then what we do is, so where, so words, and words is an words into the words, we will use msg dot split, split at space. This is the space. So in single quotes we define the space, that means split at space. That means all the words are now copied into this. So they split, they remove that space, and they will separate them individually. They are separated into separate words. Now I can print them. I can print them. So that means what we have to do, document dot write. You can print them, because now words is an array actually. And suppose I am printing, so words dot toString. So it will print all the words. It will print all the words separated with comma. ToString will print the words separated with comma. So that means it will remove the spaces and it will keep the commas separated. ToString is going to do that. So you can print directly all the values, because you haven't learned arrays. When we learn arrays, we will see that. So here I'm just using ToString. Actually, you have options like join. So, and join, we can define a separator, and we can print by using the separator. That means we can put our own separator. Any separator we can define and print. And currently I keep empty. That means it joins. So without any separator, it removes the space and joins. If I use join by using some symbol, it will keep that symbol in between. It will keep the symbol in between. If I don't give anything, I keep empty, it removes the space and it will join like this. This type of options dealing with arrays you will learn later, because this is returning an array. After splitting, it is returning some words array, and the words are printed with a join, or they are printed with string. We can print with a join or string, so that it will return that. So it will configure and it will return. So that is options. So we have like split, we have starts with, we have ends with, we have trim, index of, last index of. Sub-str is no longer used. It is an old option. We use substring, because sub-str, but still in some interviews, some people ask this question, what is difference between sub-str and substring? So, but it should not be asked, because it can be asked for experienced people, because it is old option, why it is not used anymore, why we are using substring. So that question will come regularly. The answer is very simple actually. So why we are not using substring and why we are using sub-str. So sub-str. So generally, it is the concept of how it can read the data, means how it can read, in which direction it can read. Based on that, it is verified actually. So that is a regular question. So I will show you. Both will work, but not recommended to use sub-str anymore actually. So we don't recommend to use that sub-str anymore. Let's see. So generally, substring extracts a portion of the string based on specified index. So generally, slice also will do that. Slice also will do that. But very important is, this is where majority of people fail in interview answering this, because all three are used to extract. So you should have a clarity on difference between them. So suppose, see here, this is the word I'm using, document.write. I'm using slice, msg.slice. By using slice, so from 0 to 6, I am defining the index number 0 to 6 slice, and it is printing them. And you can see that. So it is printing that. So 0 to 7, so it is printing that welcome. It is slicing and printing that. I'm using here substring, sub-str, and 0 to 6. Suppose I define 0 to 6 sub-str, and it is also printing same. So 7, and you can see it is also printing same. And a substring, so 0 to 7 or 0 to 10, and you can see it is also printing same. Then obviously this question regularly comes, what is difference then between these three? Because all are used to extract them. Actually, the difference is generally slice is one function, slice is a function. So the slice function will get from the index number. Not only that, so slice can use negative values. So with that negative value, I can say slice -4. So that means -4, slice -4. This is going to slice and return the last 4 characters. In JavaScript, last 4 characters in the string. So negative values, it can use negative values. That means -6, it can slice the last 4 characters, last 6 characters. That is the ability. It allows the negative values so that you can extract from the right side few values. Now substring, generally substring will not allow msg.substring. Substring will not allow negative value. Suppose I say -4 for substring, it will not allow, because so -4 for substring is out of index actually, because index starts with 0 only. But slice will allow that. So then here 0 to 4 I given here, 0 to 7 here, it will read up to 0 to 7, it will get that index. It can, suppose I defined here the option like, suppose I given some 12, so this is C, this is 7, and this is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, some 20 is there. Suppose I said some 25 to 12, I given like this, 25 to 12, and you can see that it is returning this value. From reverse order it is coming here, from 25 to 12, from 25 to suppose 7, means backside direction. You have to read end index and start index. So slice, we uses a negative value for slicing the value from towards the end. It needs only one value, but it requires two values towards the. Earlier we have sub str. I am writing 25 to 7 here, so it is unable to do that. That means it cannot get reverse way. So it can get only, suppose I say 7 to 25. It will get only start and end. It cannot get the reverse way of reading the values. So that is the reason substring can do both now. From left to right, right to left, it can do both. That is the reason substring is mostly used than sub-str. Difference is sub-str and substring. Both will not allow negative values. Then sub-str will not allow reading from end to start. It will always allow from reading from start to end. But substring allows both start to end, end to start. But it will not allow negative values. So that is the basic difference between these three functions, which very often you will get in interviews. Very regularly you will get this question in interviews. What is difference between slice, what is substring and sub-str? The basic difference between these three, right? You should know that. So that is what actually these three functions. So sub-str we are not using anymore because substring is better than that, so which can handle all the options. You have another option, search. And the search is used to find any character or string using regular expression, and returns the index number where it is available. And it returns -1 if it is not available. You can search regular expression. You can search by using regular expression. Generally, document.write. So here we will simply use here. So msg dot search. Regular expression, yesterday I told you regular expressions are written in double slashes. So what you are looking for? I am looking for JavaScript. That is the term I am looking for, JavaScript. Okay, I am writing that JavaScript. And you see if it is found that JavaScript is found there, then it shows the index number where it found. So it shows the index number where it found. And if I am defining, you know how to write the regular expressions we know. Suppose you can write like this, like COLO. We already learned now, U question mark R. That means it will search for the word color or color. It will search for them and it will get the index number. So you can write like this. So, but here this is case sensitive. Suppose I said JavaScript, capitalization matters here. And you can see that it returns -1, says JavaScript is not there. But actually JavaScript is there. So, but capitalization matters. We can ignore the case. We can use /i in the regular expression. When you write /i, that means you are saying ignore the case and verify that. And it will ignore the case and gets the index number. You can search for any character or word. By using regular expressions. That is what generally how we can search. You can search and return the index number using regular expression. Because sometimes same type of concept words will be there with different spellings. Then we can put a regular expression and you can search based on the regular expression. You can get the matching one. That is how we can manage the string. Another important thing you should know, these are all string manipulation functions. How we can compare string. So, and verify the equality. So comparing strings also important. How do we compare the string? Generally, to compare string, we use operators like greater than or equal, less than or equal. So equal, so not equal. So this is comparison operators. Later in operators, I will tell you some more. Triple equal also is there. We will discuss about that. Currently, so how we can compare the strings? You generally use these operators. So, and JavaScript also have an option called local compare. Local compare. Local compare is a method which returns zero, when it is matching, and it returns one if it is mismatching. So that means it returns zero if it is matching and one if it is mismatching. And what is the advantage of local compare is, then actually we can compare with double equal also. Then what is the advantage of local compare is, local compare, when comparing, actually it is comparing with target string. And while comparing with the target string, it can use the language options also. That means, is it US English, UK English? It can use the language options also. And it can use several other options. It can use several other options for comparison, like ASCII values, means codes, ASCII codes. Is it UTF-8 or not? Encodings, it can verify the encodings also, which further in later stages in some validations I will show you how to use them, because language options you need to learn in later stage. Globalizations, culture related things we will discuss there. Here the point is, it is used to compare a string with another string. We already learned match. Match is not comparing, it is verifying. Is it matching with regular expression or not? So it should match with that regular expression. But sometimes we need to match two strings in the same way. We have to compare both strings and verify both strings in the same way. We need to verify both strings. In that case, generally what we have to do is we have to use local compares. Local compare. For example, see here. So that means here we are using doc type HTML head. And in the body section, so I am configuring here. In the body section, we are defining some options, like suppose I will define password, confirm password, like options we will use. Okay. So here I will put a label, some password. Okay. And we will just add so another div and say input type is equal to password. And here ID as txt_pwd. Okay. And we have another div here. So, and here we have a labels, label like confirm password. And here we have another password box to define here. Input type is equal to password, and the ID is txt confirm. Okay, so now I need to verify the confirm password, and I need to display if there is any problem inside this div. I will put an ID here, LBL error. Okay. And once I finished the confirm password, I need to verify. That means I am writing on blur. On blur, yesterday I told you, when it loses the focus. On blur, verify password. We are verifying the password on blur. And here on blur, we are verifying the password. Here we will write the script and we will define the function. So that is verify password. And we need to get the two values, what they entered. So that means password is equal to document get element by ID txt_pwd dot value. And another C password, that is confirm password, cpwd is equal to document get element by ID txt confirm. dot value. And we need to compare where result is equal to pwd dot local compare. So is equal to, so password should compare. So pwd dot local compare with with C password, cpwd confirm password. It should be compared with confirm password, and it should display the result. It should display the result. So in the label, so I will use var lbl error document get element by id lbl error. So here in that I want to display, I will use simply lbl error dot inner html is equal to, we can directly write a condition here. Suppose I will use a simple ternary operation, like first we can write a condition if result is equal to 0. That is the condition. If condition is true, then print a message. So I will put here font. So and that means if result is equal to true, then print a message here. So the font, I will define the font, and the color is equal to green. Okay, font color is green, and close the font, and I define that here password verified. Okay, and if it is wrong, then we put a colon. So I will put another font and close font, and the font color is equal to red, and we will give as invalid or password mismatch. This message should come. So that is how we are displaying the message. We can put different ways, right? We can put string formatting functions. I told you now, we can use string formatting functions. That means we can write like this, or what is another technique here? String formatting functions. That means we can directly write here password verified. Okay, and here I am writing like password mismatch. I want to display colors. Then here we are using dot font color as green. You can write like this also. And here we have to define dot font color as red. That means it is displaying those formatting options here. Now, what is this local compare? Local compare will verify is it matching or not, and it will return 0. If it is returning 0, means it is same. That means if both strings are same, result will be 0. If they are not same, then it will return 1. If it is returning 0, then we are simply writing a condition. So instead of writing an if condition, I am using a ternary operator directly. This is a ternary operator. It is a condition and a question mark statement if true, and a colon statement if false, right? So now here, so you are verifying those values, and we have password and confirm password. Here I am writing password, I am verifying. Suppose some admin12 is the password, and some wrong password is entered. So then it says password mismatch. So because the password you entered is wrong, suppose I entered same password, admin12, then password has to verify. Here we will check what we entered here. So admin12. So there is admin12. And here admin12. So we are verifying that. Then it says password verified. So if anything is wrong, then it says password mismatch. If everything is correct, then it says verified. Some extra happened, then it says mismatch. Otherwise, it is verified. That is the basic general how we can check whether the values are matching or not. You can compare with regular expressions. So regular expression, we have to use the match, and comparing with the strings based on the culture and language related options, then you can use local compare actually. That is comparing of strings. So which is very regularly required actually. So these are all the string manipulations, string manipulation related functions. And the string formatting also. String formatting functions, yesterday I told you, like we have font color. So we have font size, we have bold, so we have italics. Yesterday we implemented in some examples. We have SUP, superscript, SUB, subscript. So we have options like to uppercase, convert into uppercase, then to lowercase, convert into lowercase. These are all the string formatting functions. So in JavaScript, when you are dealing with the strings, string manipulations also very much important. So two important types you have seen, a number type and a string type, number and string type. Another important is Boolean type. Actually, Boolean types are used in decision making. So decision making is done by using Boolean types. And in JavaScript, Boolean types means you can Boolean types are generally defined with true or false. In JavaScript, they can be verified with a numeric. True is 1 and false is 0. Boolean conditions can use these numerical values also in JavaScript. So that means, suppose if I use like true plus true, that means true plus true, then it will return 2 because it uses numeric 1 and this is numeric 1, it returns 2. So generally true is 1 and false is 0, and Boolean conditions can be directly verified here in JavaScript directly with true or false or 0 1 also. That means suppose here we are configuring some options, like here we are configuring. So Boolean. So let's add a new bool.html. And here we are defining script, so function, so f1, and calling the function. And here we are adding, suppose var stock, in stock is equal to some true. And if I'm writing here in stock is equal to 1, we can compare with the number. So that means it is equivalent to true. Then write document dot write, it says some available, and else if it is not, then it says document dot write, it says out of stock, like this. So usually this is going to print the value that is available. So suppose it is false, that means it is not 1, it will be 0, then it will return out of stock. So Boolean conditions can be verified with this numeric 1 and 2. So they store true or false, and they can be verified with numeric. So that is the Boolean options, how we can manage, and they can handle only two values, either true or false. They are verified. So by using numeric 0 and 1. So you can verify directly by using true. So, or they can be verified, that is true. Suppose if it is true, if it is matching, so if it is true, so then it is going to return that value, so available. You can compare with 1 also. That is the Boolean types. They can be handled with 0, 1, true, false. But important here you cannot say 1. That is not a Boolean type. It is a string type. Boolean values must have true, false. But comparison you can define with 0, 1. Right? It doesn't mean that you put 1, 0 and you call them as Boolean type, right? So 1 0 is numeric. The comparison of Boolean can be done with 0 1. That is the point, right? So if you directly store 0 1 in any variable, it is not Boolean type, it is a number type only. So comparison can be done by using this 0 and 1, 0 and 1. That is what actually Boolean types. Next, another important in the primitive types. So we have all these we will put in one example. So in one example, we will put all these and we will see that we are going to design a big example. I will show you. So we will design one example in that we will keep all these number type, string type, Boolean type, and we can handle them and see them. Now, another option, we have an undefined type and we have null types. Generally, null already I told you. You remembered in the prompt concept I told you, if you remembered. So in the prompt, null I showed you while discussing prompt. Null means no value supplied into it. It is verified by using null. Is verified by using null. Directly we use the word null to verify. Already when I explained about prompt, I showed you that prompt is cancelled. Prompt is cancelled, then it returns null. Prompt returns empty, prompt returns null. If it is cancelled, that means the no value supplied at the runtime. If at the runtime no value supplied, then it will return null. Undefined is nothing but, so undefined indicates that, so you defined some variable, but value is not supplied. If value is not supplied and you are trying to print it, so you are trying to print it, price is equal to dollar price. You are trying to print it and it is not defined and you are trying to print that, then it says undefined. So that means you can verify to undefined. You can use the word undefined to verify. Then document.write, we can say that price not defined, price not defined. Else we can define the price. That means we can print the price. If it is defined, it will print the price. If it is not defined, then it returns undefined. And you can see that it says price not defined. And you define some price into it. So price into this. So null indicates that it is empty. Null when it will occur dynamically. Dynamically means when you are entering through a prompt, so and the value is not supplied into it dynamically, then it will return null. It will return null. You have to verify that using null. So null indicates that there is no value supplied into a variable dynamically. And undefined indicates that the value is defined. So undefined indicates value is not defined. So that means it's declared, but it is not defined with value. Then it will return that undefined keyword. So these are all the primitive types. So we have number, we have string, we have Boolean, undefined, and null. These are all primitive types. Now, how do we use the non-primitive types? We will see. But with these primitive types, we will design one example and we will create one small screen layout and with Bootstrap, CSS and all. And we will see how to utilize them in our real world applications, right? That we'll see in tomorrow's session, right? In tomorrow's session, we will see one example with all these primitive types. And I will give you some tasks and you have to try those tasks based on the examples that we have learned, right? Tomorrow we'll continue with that.